Indeed, the message that we received, we couldn't believe that we've lost a gallant soldier who has been there in terms of football, that he was a player, he was a coach, he coached a lot of teams, and of course he groomed a lot of players, a lot of coaches within Zambia. Indeed, we've lost somebody who was a father, who was a coach, who was a mentor to the Zambian football. We remember very well the cardinal thing that he played in 1993 when we lost. You remember Gabon disaster. He was the assistant coach to Ian Portfield, which was he did a very good job. We are looking at the national team today because of his input. For sure, we've lost a man who was there for football, and as Football Association in Zambia, we've lost a gallant man.
Well, I was very frustrated and devastated after hearing the news that Mr. Kabore had passed on.
Naturally, like any other death, you are broken. But for the big man, the broken was double because apart from just being a father to his family, he's a father to a lot of other families. He's blessed us through football, and for Chingola is it's almost like blood. So now imagine the other people that he touched through football as families. It's a very, very big loss. But again, at the end of the day, he's the kind of person where we don't mourn, we celebrate his life. Because the impact of his life on other families and other people, players and families alike, even the church, I'm sure you can tell by the numbers that are the people that have come around. All age groups, all the clubs are here. So the tribute is overwhelming, and we'll forever miss him.
Oh, this news was devastating. Mr. Kabore was a legend. We worked with him for a long, long time. He was humble, and you can even tell from the people that have come. He worked for so many teams, and eventually, I think it was the national team also which benefited from it. So the news was devastating, has been devastating indeed.
It was shocking news. I was not happy at all because, as you know, this is the man who we regarded as a parent. He took us from childhood until we started playing in the main team. From being a footballer, he taught me how to become a very professional footballer. From there, he started teaching me as a coach. He started teaching me coaching. Even when he retired, I was going there to consult him on several occasions when things are tough. So he has left a very big vacuum.
When I received the news of my father, my coach, Mr. Kabore, I usually called him Bob Mo. The news came from my wife. Just after I went to the plant, that's when I received the call from my wife. When she told me that your dad has gone, it was so sad.
If there are three things that I can pick from him, it was hard work, humility, and he was very consistent. A lot of players that did well under him are attesting to the fact that he was consistent and very, very disciplined. Coach would not ask for anything from a player for him to be featured. He was a man of integrity.
Mr. Kabore was a man who always talked about football. He never talked anything apart from football. And I learned a lot from him. He liked both young players and older. As long as he was a player, he liked the players very much. And whenever you were with him, the only language he knew was football.
When he took me from Power Dynamos, by then I was playing the reserve side, and straight from there he introduced me in the Road United men's squad as a young boy at the age of 18. So from there again, we went with him to Njanga Rangers, where we enjoyed football. I enjoyed my football career at Njanga Rangers. With him, we played continental football. And to me, I can only say that I learned a lot from him. And whatever I'm doing at the moment, it came from him.
I'll give you an example like Mwenyachi Pepo, just one example. That's how much you can see how much impact he had on people. We have coaches today who've come up, and because of him, you look at the progress of people like Mwenyachi Pepo. Yeah, that's how we remember him.
I've played under him with the 3 teams. I was with him at Chambishi Football Club from 1984 to 1990. And I was with him again in Rwansha at Ron United from I think 1993 and 94. Then when I went to Chingola, he also came to Chingola, so he found me there. And I was under him even in Chingola. And the things I remember most, and I'll continue remembering that, he just took me like a son.
Mr. Kabore, the other thing he believed in was hard work. All what he wanted in his life was winning the game. So he made sure that he prepared the boys for the game. And very hard training. He used to give them very hard training. But after giving them hard training, he would enjoy talking to them.
Going forward, if you remember, I spoke about it in church. I would like the teams to remember Mr. Kabore by utilizing the physical training. I know this team, this time the teams are saying physical running, what is not good, but there's power in physical training.
To the families that they should just keep on praying, and they must be strong as a family, because the big man has gone. Our mother is still there, and I would urge them to be united, because the man liked peace, and he was loved by everyone. And to the football community, especially football administrators, I can only say that never to neglect the senior coaches, or I can say the legends, because they are the ones where we get knowledge from. The big man has gone. We still have people like Mr. Peter Kaumba, Mr. Fred Mira. I can mention only those, but there are many who can be looked after. It's very important. It's very important. Let them look after our legends, because that's where we consult when we have problems.